Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Miss Wangoi Mwitathi, and today I'd like to talk about why, when you're on your journey towards building wealth, most of the time, or most people, lose their friends along the way. Stay tuned. The biggest reason why friendships break when someone is trying to build wealth is because of the lifestyle shift. A lot of things about you change, and most of your friends, most of the time, they're not willing to change with you. So you find you have to leave them behind for different reasons. Lifestyle shifts can look like focusing more on your financial goals or reducing how you spend your money. When you reduce on your spending, and let's say, for instance, you used to go all out, some of your friends won't understand. Okay? So they'll deem you as selfish or self-centered. Most friends struggle to adapt to the new you once you start changing. Adapting to these changes becomes very difficult, and it becomes something they're not familiar with. You know, the way people like the comfort zone, whatever you know it is that you know, familiarity. So when you start changing, they feel like they don't know you anymore. Thus, this brings a lot of tension between you as friends. Wealth building tends to create gaps. This can be brought by setting financial goals and, as I said earlier, avoiding unnecessary expenses. You see, when you start having fewer unnecessary expenses, even things like going out for drinks, such stuff reduces. So you can imagine the kind of impact this is going to have on your friendship. Pursuing wealth requires time and effort, often leading to less time for outings and friends. So you really have to have very mature and understanding friends who can understand the path that you're on. Another thing it can cause is envy and misunderstanding. A lot of misunderstanding will arise. Most of your friends might feel left behind, especially if they don't share the same financial progress that you have. If they feel like you're far ahead, this can cause a lot of envy or jealousy. Misalignment in values, such as prioritizing savings over spending, normally causes friction between friends. For instance, in the beginning, you used to spend a lot of money and you guys were very close. But now you've started saving or investing and you no longer have the funds to spend, you know. If you have a friend who is not very straightforward with you, this can bring envy or they can be jealous of you. You can always tell these things by the way they just behave around you once you start changing. You have to know how to maintain valuable friendships. And you have to know and you have to be able to tell friendships that are not valuable so that you can know which friendship to cultivate on. You need to communicate openly about your financial goals and financial boundaries with legit friends. With legit friends. Communicate openly so that they can understand you're not like deserting them. Okay? If they're only legit, you don't explain yourself to everyone. Okay? Speak about boundaries. Talk about when you need to be left to do certain things. Okay? But as much as you don't go like for so many outings as you used to before, try and suggest something that you guys can do to spend more time together rather than just canceling everything. Okay? Suggest affordable alternatives. An example of financial tension between friends can be something like a friend pushing for very expensive outings when they know you're trying to budget or you're on a budget. Another example of financial tension is a friend criticizing you for being too serious about money or for changing. Learn to spot relationships or friendships that harm your growth, especially your financial growth. Uproot them as soon as you recognize them. Because if you don't, they will slow you down. It will take you a lot of time to get to where you're going if you carry on with all these friendships that are not even necessary. Be on the lookout for people who dismiss or mock your financial discipline. So now you're feeling sweet because you're saving. So you've now started investing. Look out for such. Okay? Burn those bridges. You don't need that kind of negative energy, especially when you're trying to build wealth. Look for like-minded people. If you have to do away with old friends to get new friends who think like you or who are on the same financial path as you, then so be it. Okay? But don't stand for mockery. When they dismiss you, be dismissed. Leave and never look back. Okay? Another thing you need to do while you're with your friends is to identify patterns of overspending. The patterns of pressure to overspend. Mostly when you're with your friends. These patterns are mostly going to make you abandon your plans or your financial plans. So identify them as soon as possible and find a way to curb them. Patterns are very dangerous. They can be dangerous because this is something you're used to, umezoea kufanya, okay? I'm not trying to say friends are a bad thing. Friends are great, but try to look for friends or friendship that align with your financial goals. Work with friends who understand and respect where you're going. Work with friends who will not mock you or dismiss all decisions or every effort you're trying to do, okay? One thing you need to understand, though, is not all friendships will transform to the new you. Most of the friendships you have, or most of the friends you have, will not survive that transition, okay? You hear people say misery loves company. So if you have a lazy friend and you're working hard, of course, they won't be able to transition with you to the next level of wealth. Funny thing is, they might try to pull you back, but you need to be smart enough to know that. As soon as you accept that not all your friends will transition with you or will move with you to the next level, once you understand that, I think there won't be any problem for you. Okay? It's all about understanding. Focus on like-minded people, people who think like you, okay? Like-minded connections will strengthen your support system. Sawa. Your support system is very important, and this is mostly about your friends and relatives, people you hang around with. Those are your support system, and you don't need them to be envious of you or jealous of you. Okay? Gap between friends can cause tension, conflicts, presumptions, resentment, or even shame, causing rifts between friends. Okay? So you just have to be smart about every step you take, and you have to study your friends also, and you have to accept the fact that some will transition with you, others won't. For some, this wealth journey can be faster, others it can be slower, everyone at their own pace. So money or wealth doesn't really have to cause a rift between friends, but sometimes it does. And if you guys were friends and when money comes, you have to go separate ways, sometimes just let it be. Especially if on your side you see you didn't do anything wrong, they just don't want to understand, just let it go. Okay? Well, I hope this gets to help someone. If you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified once we upload another new video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.